Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Retro Gamers Podcast, episode number 282. Larry here, and it's just me this week. And unlike last week, which we kept saying it was going to be a handheld episode, this is definitely going to be a handheld episode. It's just me this week. Anthony is out and about. Good for him. I'm actually kind of out and about as well, to be honest with you, which is why if you're watching on YouTube, you already know Anthony's not part of it because there's really no video. I'll try and put something together, hopefully. But, no, it's just me this week, and I'm just going to really just chat, nothing fancy. But trust me, I know it's just me, so I know not everyone's going to want to hear me for an hour. That's not happening. That I can promise you. And, well, if you look at the time that's left on the recording, you already know that there's going to be a short one. First and foremost, I just want to mention one thing now that I guess I have the open policy here at this point because Anthony's not here. And yes, he definitely busts my chops, as he should, about my take on digital versus physical games. But we've known each other for, almost 30 years at this point, right? Between 25 and 30 years. So, that's what we do. That's why we're the friends and best friends that we are. But I will say this as a major plus with digital games. Like I said, or at least as of this recording, I'm on the road as well. Not as, kind of out and about, but I'm not in my apartment. And what I did was, to pass the time, I brought my Switch with me, which, look, on its own is already portable. That's not a problem. But I brought my Xbox with me. And this is the first time I've actually kind of brought like a major console like that with me anywhere. And it's a Series X, which is heavy. Excuse me. I actually ended up buying a carrying case for it, a travel case for it. But, with bringing the Xbox, and granted, there's only really like one or two games I play on it. But if it was something where I'd play a lot of my games on, that's it. I don't have to worry about bringing the discs. I already have everything in that Xbox. I plug it into the television, I boot it up, hook it up to the internet, and I'm off sailing. I'm good to go. Right now, I kind of wish I had my PlayStation 4 with me because I've been playing a lot on my PS4. I finally started playing Axiom Verge. A game that I picked up a while ago, and I don't remember if I bought it or maybe if it was a PlayStation Plus. I don't remember. That's how long ago. And I never really played it. Probably because I wasn't that into... It's basically, it's an homage to Metroid. It plays just like Metroid. Super Metroid, if anything. For long listeners of the show, I wasn't really a big Metroid player up until, November? When Dread came out. I think it was October. Metroid Dread came out, and that was it. It was game on, and then I went from Metroid Dread to... What did I go to from that? I think then I played Super Metroid. Then, all right, I might be going out of order, but Metroid Dread, Super Metroid, Metroid 2, Return of Samus, Metroid Zero Mission... And I started going through Fusion, and then I got stuck. So, but I kind of re-fell in love with that Metroidvania style, which started with Castlevania Symphony of the Night. So, I don't know what caused me to boot it up. I just, again, I've had this game for years at this point, Axiom Verge. It's a great independent game. Came out in, I want to say 2015. Basically available for everything at this point. In fact, there's a sequel to it that I will definitely be getting. Just I want to get through the first one. And I highly recommend Axiom Verge. But right now I have it on my PS4, and I couldn't bring that with me. If I had it on the Switch, it'd be perfect. If I had it on my Xbox, I could play Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night, which I got to, because that's a game I got to beat, and I'm at the end. I could do that now, but like I'm itching now to play Axiom Verge, and I'm a little worried that I'm going so long without playing the game that when I finally get back home, I might have lost interest in it. And I'm like 3+ hours into the game. It's terrible. But again, that is a digital situation. Even though I kind of wish I got Axiom Verge on the Wii U. I feel like I'd have fun with it on the Wii U. But in any event, digital, I can bring these systems and I'm packed. I'm good to go. No discs. But that's just me being me. That's my final 2 cents on that. I'm sure me and Anthony will talk about it again down the road. But what I wanted to talk about really this week, can I prop this up? Yeah, let's prop that up on that. I think you'll be able to hear me. What I really want to talk about this week is an upcoming game we just actually, a couple of days ago, from when this dropped, was Pac-Man's 30th birthday. No, couldn't be 30. That is not right. 30? No, I'm 40 now. Wait, what birthday was Pac-Man's? All right. Guess I will be editing this. I kept seeing everyone with... All right, hold on. Something doesn't seem right now. No. I saw someone kept advertising a Pac-Man birthday. Pac-Man birthday. Here we go. Oh, maybe it was just his birthday, period. I could have sworn someone said... I guess it's just a birthday. What am I thinking of? Maybe something else was hitting 30? Definitely not Pac-Man. No, I don't know what I was talking about. Well, in any event, it was Pac-Man's birthday. May 22nd, 1980 is Pac-Man's birthday. So, all right, well, that's a good edit I don't have to do. So people were kind of having some celebrations. There was some sales and stuff going on. Of course, me, I love Pac-Man. Ms. Pac-Man more, but I do love Pac-Man. But coming out on May 27th, for basically, I believe, everything, all the systems, right? Yeah, everything, is Pac-Man Museum Plus. It's basically a sequel to a 2014 compilation called Pac-Man Museum, which I actually have on a 360. It's got a ton of games in here, and I'm just going to kind of run through it real quick to give you an idea. A lot of good compilations coming out. Remember the Cowabunga collection? The TMNT Cowabunga collection is coming out hopefully soon. And a fun kind of personal note, the only movie that me and my parents ever saw together in the movie theaters is the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live-action movie. I was 10, and it was Father's Day weekend, if I remember correctly. And yeah, it's, for no other reason, just my dad just never went to the movies. Nothing bad, just never went to the movies. And that weekend or whatever, and it's just me, I don't have any brothers or sisters, so me and my mom and my dad, we watched the Ninja Turtles movie, which was awesome. Loved it, still love it. I was visiting my parents, and I just happened to turn on Netflix, and the original movie was available. I'm like, yeah, you know what, let me watch it. So I was watching the original movie, and then my dad sat down. He's like, why do I remember this movie? I'm like, because we saw it. And then my mom sat down, and then all three of us ended up watching. Granted, the three of us together probably watched the last 15 minutes of the movie. But still, it was actually very cool. I liked it. It was very just reminiscent of just stuff that we did as a family, which we still do stuff as a family. Don't get me wrong. It's not like we're not doing anything anymore. I love my family, and they love me, hopefully. But it was just really cool to have me and my parents kind of just out of nowhere just get together and watch the Ninja Turtles movie from 1990. But in any event, Ms. Pac-Man, there is a bunch of games on Pac-Man Museum Plus. So here we go. We are going to have, and these, I believe, are going to be the arcade versions. Pac-Man, Super Pac-Man, which is an underrated game. Pac and Pal, which is a very underrated game. Pac and Pal came out in 83. I'll go back to it. Pac-Land, Pac-Mania, the Super NES version of Pac Attack, and Pac in Time. Let's see. Pac-Man Arrangement, which was last seen on the Namco Classic Collection Volume 2. Pac-Man... Oh, I didn't know this. Okay, so there's 2 different arrangements. Oh, this is cool. So there's Pac-Man Arrangement, which is the arcade version that was seen in Namco Classic Collection Volume 2. That came out in 96. Then there's the PSP version of Pac-Man Arrangement. That's the one I remember, which was part of Namco Museum Battle Collection. That came out in 05. All right, we're going to go back to that as well. Pac-Man Championship Edition, Pac-Motos, Pac-and-Roll Remix, Pac-Man Battle Royal. Wow, that came out in 2011. I thought it was a little sooner than that. And Pac-Man 256, the console versions. So, a heck of a lineup for Pac-Man. Honestly, you can't go wrong with that. Okay, let's mute this. Boom. Okay, so a lot of these are self-explanatory. Like I said, though, Super Pac-Man, awesome game. Especially when you become Super Pac-Man. Every time I think of Super Pac-Man, I think of the cereal. When it had, new Super Pac-Man marshmallows. I remember that. That was a popular commercial in my episode of Romper Room, which you can check out in its entirety on my YouTube page. Just search More365, MOHR365, and you'll see a young go-getting 5-year-old, maybe 6. How old was I? No, maybe 5. No, I had to be 6. I think I was 6. I'm going to say 6. Larry on Romper Room. Let's see. So Pac and Pal, that's what I want to talk about. Pac and Pal, the only time and the only chance I've ever played Pac and Pal is on my Ms. Pac-Man arcade 1-up. It's on there. And Pac and Pal is a very weird version of Pac-Man. Very odd version of Pac-Man. It's part of the Pac-Man lineage. And there's points where if you get... I might get this out of order. If you get a power-up, then sometimes not all the ghosts turn blue. So that's the weird thing. Like when I play Pac-Man, especially when I play Ms. Pac-Man, I try and gather up the ghosts to where they're together, and then I hit them with the power pellet, and then I just kind of gobble them all up. But in Pac and Pal, like 3 of the 4 ghosts will turn blue. So you really can't gather them all up to do that. Also, in the middle of the board where you would normally get the fruits, there's other things other than fruits. There's like a soda can and some other things. But when you grab that, all the ghosts, they do turn blue, but they also disappear. So you can't see them. You can eat them, but you can't see them. And also what's odd about this is when they do turn blue, they kind of get shorter and they grow a leaf on their head. That I don't understand. But Pac and Pal is a very fun game. It was a good sequel. I'll call it a sequel. Technically the 3rd, I guess, in the Pac-Man series. The Pac-Man Arrangement, let me go to that one. So I remember vividly getting... Well, this is the Namco Museum Battle Collection. Okay. It was called Battle Collection. That's right. Namco Museum Battle Collection. Probably one of the best games on the PSP. One of. Actually, the PSP had some great collections. They had a Gradius collection. They had a Castlevania collection on there. I gotta admit, I do regret selling back my PSP. Because this thing, it never came out on Vita. But Pac-Man Arrangement, at least the PSP version, I remember when I bought Battle Collection, it's the same, these collections, these Namco collections, they basically always have Pac-Man, a version of Dig Dug, a version of Galaga, motocross, sugar. What is the name? Rally X. That's what I was thinking of. Rally X. They have all these different versions. But this battle collection had some extras. They had arrangement modes, which is kind of like a modern take on these. And one of them was Pac-Man Arrangement. And it was just so much fun. Again, you don't really go far off. It's still Pac-Man, so you're still going around a maze, you're still collecting power pellets, you're still eating ghosts. But the graphics on it were popping off the PSP. Hopefully it does the same on these home consoles. And just a little more animation, like the pellets were animated and stuff like that. I really enjoyed Pac-Man Arrangement. Pac-Man Championship Edition has been out for a while. Just basically a speed version of Pac-Man. Pack and Roll Remix, I want to say might be... Yeah, it's the DS game. Ooh, how are they going to do that on these home consoles? That's going to be weird. I didn't realize Pack and Roll came out on the Wii. That's interesting. Pack and Roll was just a DS game that basically took advantage of the touch screen. And you literally just kind of rolled around. So I'm curious how that's going to work on a home television. Pac-Man Battle Royale is basically 4-player Pac-Man. And Pac-Man 256 is a very addicting original cell phone game. Like an endless cell phone game, which did work its way to consoles. I do have it on the PS4. I've played it a couple of times online. It really is a pure time killer, which is awesome. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This Pac-Man Museum Plus is going to be awesome. Again, it's coming out on everything May 27th. For those with an Xbox Game Pass, it will be available on Game Pass at launch. Let's check that out. Call it on that. Like I said, this is a short episode. Wanted to get something out. I got some, wanted to make sure that no one forgets. And yeah, I think I'm just going to call it at this point. Folks, thank you. Myself, Anthony, we do thank you for supporting us, for following us, for cheering us on, for being our fans, being our friends. And it's just been a wild ride, and we're going to continue on as we get closer to 300. Remember to follow us everywhere you listen to your podcasts. We're home on Anchor FM. You can check us out on YouTube. Do a search for Retro Gamers Podcast. And I'm going to wrap this one up because I got to edit it. So, folks, we'll catch you next week on the Retro Gamers Podcast.